If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
I think it's the Bryant McKinnie show because I don't know.
That's good. Let's go with that.
This is the Bryant McKinnie show.
All right. Good enough. I like Bryant McKinnie. We've named the show.
My name is Glenn. Nestor is on the end of the table. You guys know the guy that's sitting between us. He wears number 78 and plays left tackle for your Baltimore Ravens. Please make some noise. Greenmount Station. Bryant McKinnie. World champions. That is a fact. Still the world champions.
You know how many times I said that back in 2001? I haven't said it enough in 2013.
I do feel like that. And I feel like I should introduce you as world champion, Bryant McKinnie.
World champion.
I should show you that respect as a Super Bowl champion. This is, you know what, let's try it again. Give this man a world championship.
First time we've had a world champion. Raising the flag on Sunday.
I don't know if it was world championship, but it was pretty good. All right. I got to tell you about some great sponsors that we have for this show. First of all, Fremont Mortgage. Back this year, Carl Delmont, who's, I believe, the unofficial county executive in Carroll County.
I think he's the assistant coach to the U.S. soccer team, too.
I believe all of those things to be true. I got to tell you, housing is making a comeback. But in order to navigate the current market, you need an expert. Call our experts, Fremont Mortgage. Processing, underwriting, and funding, all done locally. Never an application fee, and the loan officers have at least 15 years experience. Most over 20 years experience, and all are salaried, not commissioned. Ask about Fremont's Home Match program, where they match you with the right loan and right realtor. Whether you're looking to refinance, purchase a renovation loan, or a reverse loan, don't make a 30-year mistake by calling the wrong lender. Call Fremont Mortgage, 800-955-8508. You can also go to Fremont.com, NMLS 1071. Bryant McKinnie, it is so good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Are you trying to avoid talking about that?
Yeah, I'm going to do my best. I don't. This is always awkward, right? Like, when a guy goes through a breakup, you've had buddies, you've gone through breakups, I'm sure, in your life, right? You see your buddies for the first time, they kind of look at you and they don't know whether they're supposed to talk about it or not, right? Like, they're sort of just thinking, maybe I should just accept that it happened and let's talk about baseball or something instead. I sort of feel similarly about what happened in Denver last Thursday night.
We can talk about the first 30 minutes.
I sort of feel like I'm talking to you about a breakup. Am I supposed to talk about it, or am we all just supposed to pretend like we all know it happened, and so we just sort of move on from there?
Yeah, we can do that.
What was it like, after the game? Did, you all walk into the locker room. Is it okay? We all know what happened. We don't need to be mad or angry at each other. Does someone have to crack a joke to sort of lighten the mood a little bit?
Everybody was disappointed, but at the same time, it kind of lets you get an idea what type of team you have by this happening now, and a lot of people are new on the team, so how people respond to this. So I'm not saying they're glad it happened, but you want to know what type of team you have, because if you're winning, of course everything's going to be all good. But you want to see how people react the moment you're down. So everybody rallied back pretty good. Practice has been going good this week, and we're looking forward to playing this Sunday.
So that makes my next question easy. What type of team do you have?
We are a very competitive team that's young, that want to go out here and win. So, everybody just went in there and watch film and learn from the mistakes we made, try not to make any more of the same mistakes.
Bryant, you guys clearly would have liked things to go differently in Denver. When you watch the film, is there something that you jump out at and say, here's how we know this is correctable. Here's how we know.
That's correctable is the word. John uses that word correctable.
A lot of things that took place, were correctable. Both sides, made mistakes here and there, and that's what we have to do is limit the mistakes that are being, that were being made, and we're going to look forward to that being done on Sunday.
Yeah, this is the best thing. The thing that helps the most is playing another football game, right? I mean,
exactly. It kind of helps out a lot, actually.
Right.
Playing another game,
right.
Like basketball and like these other sports, they play like 2 days later.
So they can just forget
a whole week.
Well, this was the worst because you got like 10 days.
Oh yeah, we got 10 days, so yeah, like a lot of time just to keep seeing these highlights. And
what was the work like though? You came back on Thursday. I guess for John trying to get stuff straightened out over the weekend. Those extra days, does that help you out?
It does. We came back, we landed at 6:30 a.m. on Friday morning. We got home at 7. We had to be in to lift weights at 11. So I never went to sleep. And then we got out of there by like 5 o'clock, and then we were off until Monday. We came in Monday, worked, and then it was off Tuesday, and came back in today, started the regular week.
So what do you do on Friday? Like what? You guys just beat the hell out of each other the night before. What are you doing on the day after a game?
You watch film, you lift weights, and then you go out on the field and go through the plays that you made mistakes on, and you correct those mistakes.
Is that good to go through that so quickly? Like they always do it the day after, but I think sometimes in the 7-day course of the season, Monday kind of gets thrown away because by Wednesday you're back game planning. It's just very weird to have that Thursday night game. I would think Friday, it's all very fresh to you guys, right? Probably raw on Friday.
Like I said, I never went to sleep from the trip back. So
Still thought you were on the field.
Yeah, it was like all one day to me, but it was good to go through the things and correct the mistakes that needed to be corrected. So definitely was good.
Well, who's right now the guy that handles, who's giving you? Is it John? Is it Joe? Who's the guy that after a game like that has to say something? You're all kind of waiting.
It used to be Ray.
Obviously, everybody knows it was Ray, but who are we waiting for to hear from after you go through something like that?
Sizzle is probably the one.
Okay.
That's going to say something after a game. And I believe he did this past game. So
what was his? Because we saw his message pretty good.
Everybody just he basically was like, well, we're not going 16-0, but I mean, it is what it is, and now we just got to prepare for next week and things like that. So
how's he been in that role, by the way? We've talked a lot.
He's been good.
He's been a lot more calm this year. I mean, he doesn't seem to be sense of humor, jovial. The old Sizzle, as we would say. The new Sizzle's a little bit more mature, I think.
Okay. He's been around for a little bit, so I guess
yeah.
But I would like to see other people, including myself, kind of step up and help him out because I feel like everybody looks just to him. Where before you had a couple more people like Ray, you had Sizzle when he needed to. I think he needs a little more support, some more vocal leaders,
And that's interesting because, again, you say that a year ago, here you had, Sizzle was still a guy that you could turn to.
Yeah.
But you had 6 other guys that you could turn to. So now, Terrell Suggs takes on some of that responsibility. But who else? Who are the guys that say,
Joe speaks when he needs to, when Ray Rice speaks. He's spontaneous, but it just has to be a little more consistent because I feel like Sizzle takes on a lot of the load of being like the person who speaks, and sometimes he might not have something to say.
Right.
So he's like, I have to find something to talk about.
Yeah, I totally get it. Was there a moment on Thursday night where you just sort of knew something's gone wrong here? Can you look back and say, because heck, again, even in the third quarter, 17-14, you guys are up, and a touchdown later. I keep thinking back. Everybody points back to the Welker play, and that was what it was.
I think the block punt was also.
Yeah.
That probably changed momentum. The block punt. Jacoby going down kind of hurt as well. The block punt definitely changed the momentum. That was a big momentum swing, and I was waiting for the momentum to swing back.
Right.
It never quite swung back right away.
They talk about injuries for the offensive line. Orr goes down with the ankle. Disappears. Limping. Rick comes in. I guess it just you know what it's like being out there first time trying to get it done, and at that level when guys are flying in Denver.
I asked Rick too. I said, Rick, I know you probably went into the game just thinking like, hey, I'm just going to do the jumbo package, field goals, something like that.
Right.
I said, were you mentally prepared? And he was like, well, no, I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
Next thing you know, the ball.
That's why you have to be, kind of prepared. He's a rookie, though, so he probably wasn't expecting it to happen that fast. People tell you your ankle injury away from starting, and he really was.
But what is that like when someone like him comes into the game? Are you now all forced to shift focus? Like, hey, we've got to help this guy out. Does it change?
Well, he can't help it from his side.
Marshall knew, to kind of take him under his wing and make sure he over communicates everything with Rick, so Rick feels comfortable.
But even just in blocking the schemes, does Marshall now have to think, hey, not that we don't trust him, but I got to keep my eye on that. Like, I need to take my assignment.
I just think that Marshall just knew that he needed to make sure he communicated with Rick. Big game, big situation. That's Rick's first time.
In the fourth quarter, you guys get back within a couple of possessions. What's the attitude like? Is there a genuine, I know this seems crazy, but we really believe
they won crazy games last year.
Yeah.
They won a crazy game in Denver last year.
Was it a genuine, we think we're still very much in this thing, or was there a little bit more of a realistic, we know this is still going to take some goofy stuff?
No, I think we still were just trying because you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
And the tide could change and a whole bunch of crazy stuff would take place where we could have been back in the game. So a lot of people were just trying and we wanted to score. If we want to lose, at least let the score look a little better.
Right. Like the Redskins get to tell everybody they only lost by 6 when we all saw the game. They got their butts kicked. Handled. Yeah, correct. At the end, it looks like
they were onside kick away at the end. And the NFL's crazy like that. Just at any point, you look up in the third quarter, touchdowns. How about the late game Monday night? How about that Houston-San Diego game?
I went to sleep thinking San Diego won the game. I woke up.
And all of a sudden, here comes it.
I had to double check my phone. I went to bed at halftime too, and I left the game on. And I woke up and I looked up and saw the score, 31-28. I'm like, I turned it off and I woke up in the morning. I said, check my phone. That can't be right.
Right, no doubt. It's the Bryant McKinnie Show. He is Ravens Super Bowl world champion left tackle Bryant McKinnie. Glenn and Nestor with you on WNST.net as we are live at Greenmount Station in Carroll County. So you go through this and you get the weekend away from the team. What do you do? How do you spend your weekend? It's clearly, I know what you guys are like. There's no way you've forgotten what happened on Thursday night. There's no way you're not pissed off about it. What's the best thing for a football player to do when you get a couple of days off after going through something like that?
A lot of people want to rest and get their body back, feeling good. Everything you're doing is preparation for your next game. So you rest. It's tough. Just do things like that. Get your body back.
Watch Miami kick Florida's ass.
That definitely cheered me up. Definitely. So I have to worry about Matt or anybody.
Watch your friend Serena win the US Open.
That too.
Do you never miss a Miami game? I mean, every Saturday you trying to, know what time it is.
If it's being played up this way, then I'll watch.
You stop everything and play your day around a little bit.
I'm normally home around those hours when Miami plays, so I'll try to watch it.
What was that like? I know it's been a rough couple of years. We've talked before about the rough couple of years at Miami. For them to finally get that type of win, for them to finally, under Al Golden, beat a team like Florida with everybody watching and the audience. What was that like for you as a Miami guy, as someone associated?
It was great because I've been pulling for them for a long time. And our keynote, my line coach, she's back there as well. So it was just a great win for the team, school and everything. And I hope
it allows you to walk around the locker room.
I said to Matt today, I said, so y'all would know when you came into the trash.
Matt Elam.
Probably. Yeah.
Florida guy.
And he like, probably, but I didn't really give him too much of a hard time.
But this is the thing that you guys can compete on, because otherwise you're on the same team.
Yeah.
Otherwise you all have the same goals. But you can compete when you guys get to go up against each other, when your schools do.
Well, this has been a whole, you mafia going on.
It has. It's like the last one here.
I mean, Ray, Ed Starks, Ed Reed,
Tavares Gooden.
Yeah, I mean, when Ray and Ed have run the franchise pretty much from the beginning, I mean,
it's sort of like
it's a Miami room. Yeah, it really is. I mean, whatever was down there,
was around for the last couple of years.
Whatever was down there was come with you. And Pagano was running the defense for a couple of years with that background. Butch Davis there.
You're gonna find some more hurricanes. Like
You got to. You're gonna the last one.
Let me talk with you about Serena for a minute. For her to win the U.S. Open, had to fake. I thought she was going to roll on Sunday.
You thought it would be in 2 seconds?
Yeah, all of a sudden Azarenka battles back a little bit in the second set, wins the tiebreak. What are you like? Look, we're all fans, and I've told you before, I'm probably obsessed. It's probably better to keep me away from her because there might be a restraining order at that point. But for fans, it's one thing to watch, but it's somebody you're so close to. And this is really interesting to me because you're an athlete on top of it. You can control the games that you're involved with. You clearly can't control when you're watching your friend play tennis. What's that like for you?
Nervous. It's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Just sitting there watching, and then, especially in the second set, I think we went to a tiebreak for her, and
she was getting frustrated about it.
And then she gets frustrated and throws the racket down. All that just kind of nerve-wracking. But then I see now she turned it on the third set.
What are you like? Because I like to picture. This is what I like to imagine. Because this is what I'm like.
I'm yelling at the TV.
All right, thank you. That's what I wanted to know. Because I'd like to think that you guys get as emotional as we do.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get emotional. Like, I have to pace. I kick somebody out of their seat. I say, go sit somewhere else. I'd like to think that you're similar.
When I'm at home watching it, I'm yelling at the TV. At the matches, you gotta kind of be quiet.
Well,
You
right.
gotta be quiet.
Yeah.
That's weird about tennis. Man.
Yeah, it is weird.
I've been to a dozen tennis matches in my life. I've been to U.S. Open, been to the French Open. There's nothing weirder to me than golf and tennis, where like you go and it's a library.
Right. Right.
Can you imagine playing a football game in silence?
Well, and there's more. You're rooting for somebody. I told you I went to Wimbledon, and Marty Fish was playing. I saw Serena play at Wimbledon, and then later on in the day I saw Marty Fish, and there was a moment because everybody there was pretty much rooting for Serena because she's an international star, and so I didn't have to worry about that. But I noticed that there weren't a lot of people there rooting for Marty Fish. Like I was the one guy rooting for Marty Fish there.
Were you on Fish or Marty?
Both. But what happens is, whoever he was playing, and I can't think of who it was off the top of my head, misses a shot, and so my natural inclination as someone rooting for Marty Fish is to say, yeah, there we go, that's what we're talking about, go Marty. And I get devastated. Everyone looks at me like, who is this American a-hole?
Was the other dude British or something?
No, he wasn't even British. It was just, they were all rooting for the other guy for
Well,
some reason.
Wimbledon is like the Super Bowl of tennis. So.
Well, I get that, but still, like I can't be happy for my guy. Like it's
Do you think this guy's going to be
small
well
window where you
behaved?
can cheer.
yeah, that's good.
This guy's not going to be well behaved.
Right, correct. That's the way that it works. Hey, everybody, give it up for Brian McKinnie. Everybody, give it up for Brian McKinnie. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you guys have a tough loss. Is everybody's like, all right, good. We'll give it up when they beat Cleveland on Sunday. We'll give it up then. Hey, this segment of the Brian McKinnie Show brought to you by Redmer Insurance, a local company. If you have insurance needs, our friend Al Redmer at Redmer Insurance can help you with your personal or business insurance needs, home, auto, boats, RVs, health insurance, retirement plans, etc. Redmer Insurance is a local business, community-focused. Visit redmerinsurance.com for experience you can trust. We're going to grab a break. Expecting Cornell McPhee out here at Greenmount Station in Hampstead. More with Brian McKinnie as we continue on WNST.net.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.